Tamil letter forms, we have to understand how it actually formed in a way so to write it. Okay, so let's to go ahead and let me give you an introduction of mine, like quickly give you a kind of already been given, but just let me quickly go through that as well. So I'm a type designer and a font engineer, where I actually specialize in Tamil letter forms. And also you can find me on Instagram as Tamil typography, where you can see different types of letter forms that I've been playing with, experimenting with all sort of things. And also you can learn about how to draw these letters in tutorials as well as live session and so on, sort of forth, right? So that's there. And also, if you have seen this the movie called Jil Jangjak, featuring Siddharth and Salman Khan, all sort of people, that's been the music video being featuring one of my fonts, which is Nadal, and that you can see on YouTube, which is have about more than about like 13 million views right now. And the also A.R. Rahman sir also featured my artwork on his Instagram page as well. So this is the one, and the other one was this. So it is from 2019 and this is 2020. So it's happening. So that's kind of thing. And also my fonts are being used in making the lettering blocks and stuff for the children. So that's there. So, and these are the fonts that you can see. And okay, so this is a quick introduction of mine. And let me quickly give you a kind of evolution. So let's find out this the Tamili, then later actually evolved as Vattaluthu, and from that we have this modern way of doing that. So let's say if you have this stone, the engravings that you can see here, these are the Vattaluthu from Tamil, and later on it comes for the palm leaf manuscripts, where you can see them. And I just want to quickly give you an idea, because it's not we don't have that much time to work on. So let's quickly find these out. But if you want to a comprehensive idea, you can still ask a question about it as well. So that's there. And if you can look at it, there's no pulli or the matras being seen, because they're using the sharp and writing pen thing, or the sharp and writing tool, which where they match the palm leaf manuscript, so they don't use that. So that's the kind of thing. And later on they actually using an alternative way of pulli to have a small circle instead of dot. So that's happening in there. So you can see in this one. And in 1554 they got a new way of writing Tamil by using the Latin script, so like a transliteration, Romanized Tamil script, right? And in 1578, this is the first ever book printed in Tamil, and you can see the letters are even, it doesn't even have the pulli as well, because again there are inspirations coming from the initial palm leaf manuscript, right? So you can see these kind of drop caps, different types of things, and they've been using a lot of different types of way to give them an idea. Okay, so right. And also if you can see these letter forms here, and these are not the same letter form that you're using right now, but it's evolved. But again, they have this connotation or the rather resemblance of right now. So they don't even have this pulli and even have different types of forms, but let's say you can still read that thing. Okay, so, and in 1949 you can see this kind of thing, and those are the initial way of evaluation of this Tamil letter forms. Okay, so that's the kind of a quick I mean, evaluation thing that we talk about. And let's say this the letter forms itself. So let's find out why the Tamil letter forms and how are they formed and how many are there and so on and so forth. So which kind of give you an idea of going forward with that, right? So if you have a look at it, Tamil, you can see there are 12 vowels and 18 consonants, and also there are grantha letters that is not being as a part of Tamil, but again they've been brought into a grantha family and to put it to make some sound in Tamil which is not available in Tamil again. So that's the thing, right? And there are Tamil numerals we have, and also we have these symbols, and also the ligages are there, which you can see here in this one. Okay, so when we look at here, you see these vowels and consonants are coming together and form a joint combined glyphs. So let's have a look at it. So the ik, which is the first one, the ik and the e combine together and form ki, and the ik and a combine and together form a k. So and also this is the special letter in Tamil. We call it Aidhaluthu, and the Aidhaluthu itself, if you would give a kind of a sound where you wanted to make in different languages, so to say. Okay, so that's there. So let's quickly find out the equation. So 12 vowel, 18 consonant, and they are combined together. That's 12 into 18. It's actually about 216 plus 1. So 12, 18 is 30, and that's 216. That's 246, and plus 1, which is the item. That altogether we have 247 characters, or rather letters, in the Tamil script. So that's the key understanding that you need to find out. Okay, right. So again, let's find out how you can write the letters to make more vibrant or emotionally, giving a kind of idea of how we can evoke that emotions using the letters, right? So these are the 3 or 4 types of things that always comes into play when it comes to letter forming thing, which is the line, shape, color, and the scale. When you do change these elements, you get different types of emotions come into play, so that we will be having to look at that in the workshop as well. So that's the thing. So if you look at here, it actually says alag devade, but the form or the shape, the line, the smoothness, and all sort of things gives a kind of a pizzazz or the personality, right? So that's there. So it's a kind of a way to understand the emotions evoked by the letter forms, right? So let me quickly give you an kind of a preview, or rather examples which I have used in my letter forms, so that we can actually get the idea when we start to use our letter workshop. You'll be able to do it. So here, look at the first one, which is using the different set of colors, as well as the illustration point of view, as also the balance in between the lines. So I'm using the illustration part to make it a balance, as well as giving a kind of a meaning for the letter artwork of the piece. Okay, so again, the next one is resembling the feast, the protest thing, and also we are resembling, or rather creating, the illustration using the letter forms, which we can see. And also this is kind of an Arabic letter, but it's not Arabic letter, but it actually inspired by Arabic letters. But again, we are trying to write Tamil in using the in those kind of thing. So you can see this Urdu and sort of different types of languages using this kind of thing. But again, we have to make that kind of thing. And also, if you look at here, you can see these I like here TA, which is itself having a ligature parts, right? Let's say if you look at here, you'll see that there are a lot of ligages going on here. So these are connected here and also the here and here. And so we can, experiment with giving a lot of different types of way to come up with these ideas, okay? And also the packaging, if you can look at here, you see different types of way to giving the handwritten form as well as idea of how to write the letters, okay? So that's there. So if you go here, you'll be seeing to this the fluctuation nature of this pen dynamics. Let's say the down is thick, up is thin, strokes are being there. So we are creating kind of a cohesive design or cohesive idea with these each letters, so that it will form a kind of a easy way to connect together. So that's the part of it, I believe. So that's there. And so if you can look at here, this is a kind of a shape, you letter inside a shape. So this is actually a quote from APJ Abdul Kalam, doctor, who is the former president of India. So if you look at here, you'll see that his face is actually as a silhouette. You can see that. So that's there. So it's about finding the balance, as well as what are you trying to share with your letter form. So that's another idea. Okay. So now this is a kind of a movie thing, letter like the title, where I have recreating, or rather making a multilingual way of adding the Jackie Brown into Jackie Brown, but I am borrowing or adapting the essence of these lines to get into the for the Tamil letter form. Okay, so that's there. And also, if you can look at here, so for these stay at home, this is a Vitrile Irungal. So it actually resembles like a bubble. So we have this bubble, which means we wanted to emphasize the meaning of it, right? So that's why we use that. And also about this mask thing, which you have to just use to always close the nose, mouth, and everything when you talk, and so on and so forth. So these are kind of a way of communicating the message that we really wanted to do. But again, using the letter forms in terms to create that kind of energy and the vibe. Okay, right? Again, this is the same idea here. If you can see these, we have a lot of different types of way coming together, like the smooth way of curves, and all sort of different types of ligages coming together to form these very letter forms, to give you an idea or give the sense of identity, as well as sense of ownership for the meaning of the letter forms, right? So that's it's actually happening in that way as well. So again, the same thing, but here, so the second one, if you can look at here, it's kind of resembles a flame. So we are talking about a flame, Jodiya Pradi, Jodiya Yerika, which is a kind of a thing. So we are really hoping to get the essence of the very meaning and connecting that thing together to form a understanding way of how we can actively create this kind of thing, and making sure that we all be able to give a kind of a great idea of using the letter forms and connecting that meaning and convey the meaning when the people see it. But again, it's very important. The legibility is very, very key in here. Even though we can draw a lot of different things, but it doesn't mean you can do everything, because end of the day, the one who reads this have to understand it, or rather they have to get the idea behind it and also get the meaning of it. So we need to make sure it's actually everyone can read the thing. So that's the important part. So I always look for that element when it comes to writing the letterings part. Okay, right. So okay, so the initial thing is that we have to know that it is not a linear process, it is an iterative process, which means you keep on finding way to how to connect these elements together, and how can you actually connect and make your own letter forms that resembles or giving you an idea to do that, right? So that's what I really think. So it's actually iterative. You keep on making progress on so on and so forth. Okay, so that's the one. And then we will be able to see when I demonstrate these things. Okay, right. All right. So, and also we need to understand this pan logic that we will be able to see in the demonstration as well. That's cool. So before we get into there, before we get into this one we call this demonstration, I ask all the participants to have your pen and the pencil ready and write your name using the pencil. If you are struggling to write the name, so I know there are not all the people are native Tamil language. So if you are finding difficulty to write your name, it's okay to just message me so that I can type the name so that you can actually use on your way. Don't worry about the beauty and everything. It's not about that. We are going to make it more very beautiful letter forms later on, but initially we need to write something, right? So that's what we are going to do right now. So take a pen, don't worry about guide, nothing. We just want to write your name just using a pencil. Okay, right. So so if you are here, please try to go to this website, which you can use your mobile phone and screen share this thing, so try to, or like let's say your mobile phone scan this QR code, then it will redirect to a page where you can take a photo of the writing and send it to me. Okay, so that will be able to giving you an idea, and from that we'll be able to create different types of or rather the cohesive designs, and I'll be demonstrating that as well. So while I set up these what do you call these writing things and stuff, please do write your name, the style that you like. Don't worry about anything, just write whatever you name, and later on we are going to draw the letters. Okay, we are just going to write now. If you are familiar with drawing, it's fine, just draw the letters and just focus on your name. And if you are not familiar, or if you are not if you find difficulty in writing your name, please send me a mail, also a message saying your name, so that I'll be able to type the letter forms for you, so that you can actually copy it on your own by using it. So let's go with that. So I'm waiting for your letters on the Padlet, which you can copy. So I'll be keep this.
There are a few people asking for the spelling of their name on the chat. If you can.
Okay, sure. I'll do that. Okay. So right. So let me quickly get that into there. So I'll be leaving this QR code here, and